What's good and what up? It's your brother SamAnt here at Viral Hip Hop News. Do me a favor, family, before we get started with the content. Y'all know what to do. Go up top and hit that like button. Alright, so Kevin Spacey, the Hollywood actor, currently about to be in trial, I believe March 4th, for groping a 16-year-old male in Nantucket, Massachusetts. Also has 30 other accounts of sexual misconduct. Very disturbing, very disgusting allegations going out against him. There's a lot of people that seem to believe he will be found innocent of these charges. Not surprising, but very upsetting, especially when you look at a Bill Cosby, who's doing 10 years behind bars for seemingly the same account, if not a little less. Also, you see the docu-series with R. Kelly going on. We've seen Harvey Weinstein, a couple of his cases be dismissed. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about Kevin Spacey. His brother spoke out on his sexual assault charges, saying, and I quote, "He's worse than Bill Cosby." Now, Randy Fowler, is the older brother of Kevin Spacey. He recently sat down with Radar Online, telling the outlet, it's not just about sexual gratification, it's about power. He's actually worse than Weinstein. He's worse than Bill Cosby. He actually believes that because he's an actor, society should give him a pass because you loved him as these diabolical characters in the movies. So you should love him as a real sex pervert. He's also the worst of the worst. The first allegation came against him in 2004, and he managed to shovel that under the carpet. But I knew it. It was just a matter of time. He has destroyed a lot of souls. Fowler went on to say about the previous allegations. Now, the new interview with Fowler comes after Spacey entered a not guilty agreement that you guys see on the screen right there. He was in a Nantucket court. He goes on to say, this young man has only lived in silence for a year, but the torturous emotions that this kid has to go through at the expense of my brother, this is just the beginning. My brother has been living this secret life for 40 years. He also went on to slam his brother by saying that he does not believe that he has any remorse over his behavior, which is strange. That man has got no balls or no shame. He then went on to share some details about their childhood, about Spacey and why he may be the man he is today was due to their abusive father. What is really hurtful is that I spent the better part of my childhood trying to prevent my brother from being raped. Then in 1975, when I moved out of my house, my brother stayed in the home for 5 years. And there is no doubt my father got a hold of him. I've tried to have a relationship with my brother, but now it turns out 40 years later, he's actually representing everything I'm fighting for. Jesus. Man, oh man. We've seen situations with R. Kelly in particular. I could compare him to this right now just because it's fresh and it's right here. We've been talking about it for days. His daughter comes out, his brother comes out. We see a lot of family members that come out and speak out against these actors and actresses being accused of these crimes, in particular actors being accused of these crimes. And it has to have some weight to it. It has to hold some weight to it. If we sit here and we give weight to R. Kelly's daughter, which she deserves. Let me not sit here and act like she doesn't deserve it. She's lived with that man. She deserves to speak her piece. And other various family members, that we have to hold some weight to this. Now, it's also known that there's nothing worse than family scorn. You got a scorned family member and something goes out about you, so one person or the people you have to worry about the most is family. They got the most dirt on you, and it seems like they're going to come out if they can get some attention and put whatever they have to out there. This is very telling. This is very appalling. This is something that you really aren't hearing on mainstream media. It seems as though they're trying to brush it under the rug. I personally have no idea whether or not it's going to get much attention here on Viral Hip Hop News, but I have an obligation to my subscribers. I have an obligation to the people who listen loyally and say throughout my comment sections, what about Harvey Weinstein? What about Matt Lauer? What about Kevin Spacey? When you talk about Bill Cosby, when you talk about R. Kelly, where are these names at? I'm going to do a due diligence to my people right now, and whether it gets 100 views, 1 million views, or no views at all, the people who genuinely care, make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you get the information out there so that people know exactly what's going on. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think right now of this Kevin Spacey situation. Also, in the description box, you'll see links to our Twitter, IG, and all of the pages that SamAnt, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News, and DLS Media Incorporated runs. SamAnt Uncut, Push Up with SamAnt. And of course, I am the co-host of the Uncensored True Podcast with my brother Oh God over at Hip Hop News Uncensored, the most underrated podcast on YouTube to date. You can check us out here at Hip Hop News Uncensored, or the Uncensored True Podcast official channel. Or you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and all major online outlets for your listening pleasure. Make sure you subscribe to all of those movements. Always trying to keep it raw, real, cut here at Hip Hop News. Until next time, until next story, I sincerely appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.